Hi everyone, it's Danny. Today I want to do a quick deck show and tell for you. I recently had my birthday. It was on June 17th, so my parents very nicely got me a new tarot deck. And this is a deck that I have wanted for a really long time. It is the Illuminated Tarot by Carol Herzer, and I think that it's probably going to become my favorite tarot deck, or at least the one I use the most. So I hope that you will enjoy this show and tell, and if you're interested in the deck, I'll link her website below. So this is a deck by Carol Herzer. She painted all of the images herself. It's gorgeous, as you will see. And again, if you're interested, her information will be below. So I got the original Illuminated Tarot. She has several variations, and she also has different sizes, and I got the medium. So this is her medium-sized Illuminated Tarot. And it also comes in large, and then it comes in travel and pocket sizes, but I think on her website as of now, she's running low on medium decks, and then will probably only sell large decks from now on. For a little reference, she also sent me 2 extra cards. So she sent me the guide, or the Hermit, from her Starlight Illuminated Tarot, which is so pretty. So this is another deck she does. And there's the back. So it's cool that she sent me the Hermit. And then she sent me the guide from the large size. So I have a large version of the Hermit, or the guide, from her deck. And there's the back. So just for a little size reference, here is the medium size, which I have, and here is her large size of the deck. So if you're interested in that, that's the size comparison. And then I also have just the standard tarot size plaid back yellow box tarot. So this is how they size up. So for the large deck in the Illuminated Tarot, it's a bit taller, a bit wider. And then for the medium deck, it's a bit shorter and a bit thinner. So that's for size reference. I actually was a little bit worried that I wouldn't like the medium size of the deck, because normally I like my tarot decks to be the standard tarot size or a little bit bigger. I actually am so pleased with this size. It doesn't seem that much smaller to me. It's easy to shuffle. I see the images really well. So her decks are a little bit pricey, so that's why I went with the medium. So if you were thinking of going with the medium as well, in my personal opinion, it's a fabulous size. I'm very pleased with it. So without further ado, well, with further ado, because she sent me, well, I'll show you the deck, but she also sent me 2 extra cards. So this is the title card. This is the title card in the deck. It's the Empress, and it says the Illuminated Tarot. And then what's really cool, because she makes these decks herself, is she sent me a signed and dated Magician card. So it says June 16th, 2017, which is cool. My birthday's on the 17th, so she's dated it right before she sent it off, which is nice. She also sent me, or I should say the deck comes with a pouch. She makes a custom pouch for each tarot deck she makes. It's really nicely done, nicely lined. And she asked me, as I think she does with everyone, for a couple of cards I might like on the front. So I told her either the Magician or the Guide. I got the Magician. I feel like the Magician is the most tarot-y of the tarot cards, so I'm happy with that. And then that's why, I guess, for her extra cards she sent me the Guide. So how nice was that? So it's really cool. Even though her decks are a bit pricey, you definitely get what you pay for. I mean, it's fabulous quality. And also the cardstock is thin, but it's really sturdy. It's very laminated. Lamination doesn't bother me in tarot decks, so I'm super happy, and it's very easy to shuffle, easy to handle. So now, without further ado, I will show you the deck. And like I said, she gives you lots of customization options. So I got to choose my color for the back. I got to choose out of the colors she had left. I chose this light green swirly pattern. I love it. So it's cool, like you're paying for that option to customize the deck, and you get a really nice pouch with it. So it's definitely worth it if this deck pleases you, if you like the images. So here we go. I'm like I said, this is probably going to be my new favorite deck. I think it already is, to be honest. I love the colors. They just bring out something in the Rider-Waite Smith Tarot that really makes the reading cool for me, and I just vibe with this imagery so much. The way she's done the skies in all of the cards is really impressive. Just her artwork in general is impressive. Let me make sure there's no glare. It's just gorgeous. I mean, I love that it's taking a step away from the primary colors of you know, the yellow box tarot. And it adds so many layers, the coloring. I mean, look at that. Look at the sky and look at the, you know, their dresses. I just adore these cards. I wanted the Star Child Tarot for a while. I still do. I was really attracted to the Star Child because of the colors she used. How it's very pinky, purpley, some sort of greens, blues. And to me, this deck totally satisfies that craving I had for those colors. And because the Rider-Waite is my favorite tarot system, I mean, it's just the perfect fusion of sort of the two things I wanted in a tarot deck. I mean, really, I couldn't ask for prettier interpretations of these cards. It's probably my favorite deck now and my favorite clone of the Rider-Waite Smith, even though I love the original Rider-Waite Smith. It's just different. I can't really choose a favorite, to be honest. It's just different. And I mean, it's cool when you think about it. If you have more than one deck, it's just so cool how different decks bring out different things. And this deck, it brings out a lot. It's sort of ethereal and deep. I really like it. Look at that Five of Pentacles. That is just gorgeous to me. I mean, I can't get over this deck. It's pretty up there. It's pretty cool. I've recently acquired a lot of decks, especially if you've seen my past videos, and I definitely want to make sure that I'm using all of them. So I was wondering if anyone is watching this who has a lot of decks, or, you know, has a more than one deck. How do you sort of choose which deck to use? Do you do it seasonally? Do you just sort of pick whichever one feels right for that reading or for that day? I love the Ten of Pentacles here. I love the way she's colored the pentacles in that Tree of Life formation. So yeah, I'd be curious to know how you rotate your decks, or if you rotate your decks. But I know that this deck is going to become a staple for me. I am super in love with it. The Eight of Pentacles is always a good card. And that brings me to, she's renamed something. So Pentacles are discs in this deck. I might have already gone through it, but the Hanged Man is the unconscious. The Hierophant is the initiate. What else has she changed? Of course, I've been zipping through the cards and now I've forgotten to point out the differences. So yeah, here's the initiate. I mean, look at that gradient yellow, orange, and the green here, and the background. I mean, there's so much going on. I love these cards. I absolutely love them. Death, I believe, is transformation. What else has she changed? Oh man, that was one of the things I was, before I made this video, I was thinking to myself, okay, I have to make sure to point out the differences, and now I like the deck too much, I get too distracted. The Eight of Cups, that's my favorite tarot card, and I love it, so it's always awesome when you love your favorite card in a deck, if you have a favorite card. But I mean, really, I don't think, oh, look at that, I love that card. I mean, just the sun, that pink and yellow, there's really so much depth to this coloring, to this artistic interpretation of Pixie's artwork. Three of Swords. I mean, look how much more is added to that card. I do like the yellow back. I like the gray and then the red, but that just adds a lot. It's really cool. Again, the sky in these cards is awesome. I love the Death card, the Transformation card. I mean, look at that. Look at the contrast of color. The Moon. Sun. I love that red, sort of deep magenta fuchsia in the Devil card against that blue. Really just, I mean, Carol Herzer, I'm just in awe of her artwork. Just such a masterful understanding of color, and it's beautiful. Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I love the guide. She's called the Hermit, the guide. How beautiful is that? That sky and the way, I mean, it just adds so much to the meaning, to the imagery, him, you know, lighting the way with that lantern. I love it. The Hanged Man, or the Unconscious. The Empress. The Emperor. I have to keep these cards in front of my face to keep them in focus. I mean, just really the skies in this deck are what blow me away. How utterly beautiful is that? So if this imagery speaks to you, I highly recommend getting this deck. It is so well done. You get what you pay for, and you know, then you get just unlimited time playing with these cards. I mean, look at Strength. That is gorgeous. And the skies, look at the skies. If you like the skies like that, she has her Starlight deck, which you might really like. That's also beautiful. And that one's borderless and doesn't have the titles. So she has lots of different variations of the Illuminated Tarot, and again, you can look at her website. Ooh, ending on the High Priestess, nice. You can look at her website and she tells you the story of how she created these cards, and you get a lot of good info there. The High Priestess, again, you get that contrast of black and white. I know a lot of times the white column is gray. But yeah, that is the Illuminated Tarot. Like I said, it is probably my favorite tarot deck now. I cannot be more happy with it. Not one bad thing to say about it. It's always fun getting new tarot decks. So I hope everyone has a good day or night or whenever you're watching this, and hopefully I will see you soon in another video.